After the gym, I just took a quick walk to Chick-fil-A because
Oh, baby. Here we go. What's up, guys? This is Emmy Brooklyn, baby. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before I get started, just go ahead and like this video because I know you're going to like it. Subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed already. And just a friendly reminder that I do offer channel memberships. So for the low price of $2.99 per month, you can have access to 2 members-only videos every single month. My members only tier is called the Thinness Club. And speaking of the Thinness Club, we're doing something a little bit different today. So a few weeks ago, I asked my channel members to submit their videos of what they eat in a day because I love reacting to what I eat in a day videos, and I thought this would be a fun thing to do with members. But then the submissions started coming in, and I was so blown away by the quality of these videos. The editing, the commentary, the vibes, the production. It was all just so immaculate that I thought, I need to make a public video out of at least some of these what I eat in a days. So with the permission of the Thinness Club members, of course, I am going to be showing you a few of these what I eat in a days from my members. And I am going to be doing more of these for members, but I thought I would give you guys a little taste, so let's do it. We are starting off with Sierra.
Good morning, Thinness Club. I'm talking quietly because my husband is asleep and I don't want to wake him up.
First of all, bitch, is this your natural hair color? This coppery, what is it, like a strawberry blonde or is it a red? Either way, I'm totally envious, and I'm also envious of the casual giant hoop. I feel like I've always wanted to be able to pull that off, and I never have been able to. Just like I'm sitting at home in my comfies, I'm wearing sweats, and I'm wearing a giant ass hoop. Like, this bitch is fabulous, I can already tell.
I'm Sierra. I'm currently 225. My goal weight is 150, and
Okay, current weight 225, goal weight 150, starting weight 270. So, okay, so you've already lost some weight, girl. Good for you. And your goal is 150. I truly believe you can get there. Let's see what you've been eating.
heaviest was 270. So this morning we have some oatmeal, and here's the MyFitnessPal logging for it.
So this is instant oatmeal, I assume unsweetened, some PB Fit, chia seeds, and then some chocolate chips and a banana. Okay, this looks delicious. Yeah, I really don't have any critique of this other than, it is pretty carb heavy, but I don't know what your day looks like, so I guess we'll find out. But it's totally fine if you want to fuel up on carbs in the morning. You also added some PB Fit, so that does add some protein. I love adding PB Fit to my oatmeal. Also, I could see how some people might have a problem with the chocolate chips. I don't have a problem with the chocolate chips. The way that it is listed here, I assume you weighed this out. It's only 70 calories worth of chocolate chips, and if it boosts the satisfaction for you, I say that's totally fine.
I've got a serving of chocolate chips and like 73 grams of banana. And in my oatmeal, I put PB Fit and chia seeds. So we're going to eat this up.
Chia seeds are also great for fiber, so good on you for that. I don't really like them, though. That I struggle with chia seeds a little bit. I'm more likely to add flax seeds to things, like ground flaxseed meal. I find that it mixes a little bit easier into things without you noticing, but chia's great.
Okay, I also had coffee, and I recorded myself drinking my coffee, but it just like disappeared off of TikTok, which is what I'm using to film and edit this. So here's my coffee. This happened again with a Red Bull, but I'll talk about that later.
Yeah, this is just some black cold brew with 2% milk. Fabulous. Beautiful. Oh, and that also just said the calorie count was not just for her coffee. It was for the entire breakfast. So thank you for specifying that. Oh, what do we have here? I feel like this is going to be one of those things that looks like vomit, but actually tastes amazing. Let's find out.
Every day I have chicken marinated in Greek yogurt and taco seasoning.
Wait, did you guys see that? Hang on. Somebody get this girl a placemat. your your meal left like a sweat stain on the table. Is that normal? I think because of this is like a cardboard bowl. Anyway, I'm not trying to embarrass the Thinness Club members, but maybe use a placemat. That's all I'm saying.
Taco seasoning and bell pepper.
Yeah, okay. So chicken thigh. She said it was marinated in Greek yogurt. I have not heard of that, but that's really interesting. I want to try marinating my chicken in Greek yogurt. Taco seasoning, great hack. Adding taco seasoning to things because it's very low calorie, but it's very flavorful. So that's brilliant. Bell pepper, a little olive oil, black beans, and according to her, this came to 569 calories and 60 grams of protein. That's good. That's really good. So for anybody who doesn't know this trick, if you want to see if a meal or a food product is high protein, all you have to do is look at the grams of protein and then add a 0 to it. And then if that number is equal to or higher than the calorie count, that means that it is a high protein ratio. So you're doing fantastic. 60 grams in your lunch is outrageously good.
And black beans, so there's the macros. For a little after lunch snack, I usually have some cuties.
Why are cuties so good? Like, why are they so good? I don't really seek out oranges, like full-size navel oranges. I do like the sumo oranges, like the ugly oranges, but something about a cutie, give me all of them.
I have 3 with me. Usually I have 2 or 3, but this one's like really green. So I don't know if this one's going to work out, but we'll open these up and see. So I'll probably eat those, and then I have a Diet Coke. And then it'll be time to go to the gym. Okay, I went to the fucking gym, and I did a bunch of homework, and now it's time for my favorite meal of the day, this fuck-ass frozen chicken, frozen potato fries, like knockoff chicken.
Good for you for going to the gym. I can see that these are the Real Good lightly breaded chicken strips, and then the Alexia sweet potato fries that you bake in the oven. I have had these before. They are good. Here's my thing, though. For 150 calories, let's take a look at this meal again. So if this amount of sweet potato fries is 150 calories, I mean, if that's how you enjoy them, then great. I don't see a problem with it. But my thing is, you could have a small roasted sweet potato, like the whole potato with the skin and everything, for about 150 calories. And, depending on the size. But that will keep you so full. I feel like it would keep you way more full than this amount of the sweet potato fries. So that's kind of my thing, is I prefer to eat the foods that are going to give me more bang for my buck and be more satiating. So I would challenge you maybe the next time you make this meal to just roast a sweet potato, or you can microwave it. It's better in the oven though. And eat that and see how long you stay full and satisfied. And I have a feeling you will feel more full from eating that. But that's not to say that there's anything wrong with this. That's just me making the case for the roasted sweet potato over the sweet potato fries.
Not healthy probably at all, but a lot of protein. So here's the macros for that.
Not all of your meals need to be perfectly balanced and the picture of health, like if it fits in your calories and that's what helps you stay on track, I think that's great.
And it was very delicious. So, okay, and then here's my snackies for the day. We've got those cuties I showed earlier, and then I accidentally bought a full sugar Red Bull, which I'm pissed about.
I would be so pissed. Like, damn, girl, I would be pissed. Good for you for not freaking out about it, though, because in the grand scheme of things, it's really not that big of a deal. Just log it and forget it.
One, because the flavor wasn't even that good, and two, because those calories could have been a little ice cream bar. And I went fucking crazy on Saturday. We went out and I ate like so much fried food. So I don't want to go over any more than like, oh, I actually didn't go over.
Yeah, so I understand and I get why it's frustrating. You know how you could view this though? You could view it as like maybe this was supposed to happen. Like maybe you were supposed to accidentally drink the full sugar Red Bull to remind yourself that these full sugar drinks aren't even that fucking good. Like you said yourself, the flavor wasn't even that good. You know, like for the amount of calories, it's like, why would I even want that? So you can think about that next time you're tempted to get like a full sugar drink or something else. Like, oh, well, I actually had it that one time by accident and it wasn't even that good. So why would I do that? You did not go over your calories. You were within your calories for the day with 11 to spare. Skinty queen. And I wouldn't pay too much attention to this number. Like, I know you went a little bit over your carb target. You were a little bit under your protein goal, a little bit under your fat goal. Like, I would not pay too close attention because you're still within a really good range. And it's what you do most of the time, not hyper focusing on every single day.
This is today. We have 11 left, but I'm over on carbs. So I actually haven't turned off that like setting or changing the calories based off like how many steps you get kind of thing, or like by working out in MyFitnessPal. So that's why it's like really specific, but it should be like 1850. But this is generally what my days look like. So tell me what you think, how I can improve. Obviously those chocolate chips in my oatmeal are like not helping, so I should probably cut those down at least like by half of a.
I honestly don't think you need to. You can if you feel like you don't need them. But if that is something that's helping you stay on track, like having a little something sweet in the morning in your oatmeal, I wouldn't stress out about it too much. You're not going over. It's not triggering something in you that you want to eat tons of sugar all day. We don't need to be perfect 100% of the time. We just don't, you know? Perfection is not the goal, it's progress. I will say you could experiment with different things if you want. You could try adding cocoa powder and some sweetener. You could try the Lily's brand chocolate chips, which are sweetened with stevia instead of sugar, which would cut down a little bit on the sugar in that oatmeal. But if you try those things and you're like, it's not the real thing, I really prefer the real thing, that's totally fine.
Serving. And then the oranges and the banana like also are like setting me over, and also the fries. But those are my 3 favorite parts of my day. Oh my god, girl whose highlight of her day is a bunch of carbs. That's so sad.
I mean, I think a lot of people can relate to that. I don't think you need to cut out your cuties or your banana or your chocolate chips for that matter. Once again, you can if you want to. You can experiment to see what makes you feel better throughout the day, but there's no need to cut out fruit. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in taking fruit out to try to limit your sugar. This is not an insane amount of carbs, in my opinion. This is great. I would give this day an A-. And that's a pretty good score, to be honest. You're killing it, girl. So that was Sierra. And now we are going to move on to Hannah. this is Hannah's What I Eat in a Day.
Hey, Emmy, thanks for being willing to review my video. I'm already down 70 pounds, got another 40 to 50 to go, working in a calorie deficit.
Whoa, wait a second. Wow. So she went from 251 to 196 and she's still going. Amazing. Good for you, girl. I'm so inspired by all of you. Seriously, you're like locking in, staying on top of your goals. I love to see it.
Calorie deficit and focusing on high protein and high fiber. You can see my stats on the screen.
Okay, that said she was 5'9", supermodel, and your calories are at about 2,000 a day. So we can work with that. That's pretty good. Your ideal body weight is estimated to be between 142 to 146. Okay. So we got a ways to go, but it seems like you're making really steady progress. It doesn't seem to be too fast or too slow. You're killing it.
Trying to get between 1,500 and 1,800 calories while in a deficit. I start my day off with a nice...
Oh, I see. So your maintenance is 2034. So you're doing a slight deficit between 1,800 and 1,900. Cool.
Water. Here's my breakfast. Try to go for high protein.
I really want to try these solo bagels. I hear such good things about them. Okay, so she made a breakfast sandwich with a solo bagel, 1 egg. She added in some egg whites, some sausage, turkey sausage, cheese, a little butter.
And high fiber. I really enjoy making simple, few ingredients recipes that I can make very quickly.
So do I. Hang on. Was that like, I might sound dumb. Was that a contraption that molds the egg bites for you? Like it looked like she poured all the ingredients into a little cup and then it made like a perfect egg bite. I realize you can use a muffin tin, but it looked like it was its own thing. Can somebody please advise? This is so smart, by the way, to make an egg bite with all the ingredients and then to just put it on the bagel. I love that.
So this is a breakfast sandwich I'll have. I've recently switched to drinking mostly black coffee. I like to drink a lot of coffee, and I found when I added the creamer that I usually liked, it was just adding way too many calories. Morning snack.
Yeah, isn't it so obnoxious how you just put in like a little drop of creamer and suddenly it's like you've added 300 calories to your coffee? And the worst part about it is it doesn't even taste good. Like it would require so much more creamer to actually taste like one of those delicious Dunkin' concoctions that like it's not even worth it. That's why I drink my coffee black or sometimes with a little bit of milk, but not creamer because I don't know. I find that for it to actually taste good, I would need to add like half a cup of creamer and that would be choosing violence.
Snack is an apple with cinnamon. Here's my lunch.
Okay, I don't think I said this, but her breakfast was 418 calories and it was high protein. This lunch is 450 calories, 58 grams of protein. So she is not kidding. She is prioritizing protein. This is also a high protein meal. You also have 10 grams of fiber in this meal, which is probably mostly because of the artichoke. Fun fact, an artichoke has about the same amount of fiber as an avocado. Artichokes have a lot of fiber, in case you didn't know.
This is a salad I will commonly make with lots of chicken. I like this Tyson's blackened chicken and pickled red onions, as well as artichoke hearts, which I love for their fiber and their low calorie.
It looks delicious. And I can see you're weighing it all out, so all of these numbers are definitely accurate.
And I really enjoy this creamy Caesar dressing from Bolt House, which is actually pretty low calorie for a creamy dressing. Here it is all together. Also, I like to eat a lot of fermented vegetables, especially since I'm getting over sickness and have been on antibiotics recently. I normally like to get my walk in the morning, but I slept in because of the sickness and try to get my steps in where I can.
Ladies, Hannah still got her walk in even though she was feeling under the weather. So, what's your excuse? If you're able-bodied and completely healthy, no flu, no cold, no COVID, no nothing, and you're just sitting around, use Hannah as an inspiration. I also saw she was pushing a stroller, so she's a mom. So she's getting out there despite all of the inconveniences in her day. So just remember that when you're trying to convince yourself to not work out.
Took a nice short little afternoon walk, which was nice, before dinner. Dinner is a recipe that we have eaten for years that I would have thought was too indulgent when I started counting calories, but when I actually weighed it out, it was just fine. I'd love to hear from others who cook for entire families how you portion out your meals from the rest of the family. Recipes will often say this has 6 servings, but it won't tell you how to weigh out a particular serving.
That's interesting. You know, I actually don't think I can be really helpful for that because I do know that in these calorie counting apps like MyFitnessPal, you can add a recipe, and it looked like she did add the recipe. So I would think that whatever the total weight of the recipe is, of like all the ingredients, you would just divide them by 6, and then that would tell you the weight of an individual serving. But if anybody knows the answer to her question, or because I think I might be misunderstanding, leave a comment below and help a girl out.
So I have to weigh my pan and then weigh all of it within my pan and then do the math. So I'd love to hear what others do.
Yeah, I feel like that's what you would have to do. But somebody might have a shortcut, so please advise.
Made cookies, put the cookie dough back in the freezer, didn't have any, had popcorn instead while we watched the World Cup, and I got the rest of my 10,000 steps in. Hit my goal for the day, which was good. Represent New York, just for you.
Hell yeah, I'm representing Philadelphia today. But I appreciate the NYC representation.
Even though I don't live in New York, and here, how's my day ended?
Wow. Okay. This was a really amazing day for you. If anything, I would say maybe you want to have like another small snack just so that you don't wake up ravenous, because sometimes when you're in more of a deficit than you've set for yourself, it can kind of create a situation where like you're super hungry the next day and then maybe you end up overeating. But if that's not a problem for you, then forget I even said that. I'm kind of just being nitpicky at this point. But no, this is an incredible day. Go off.
Hit my protein and fiber goals and stayed within my calorie deficit. I would love to hear your thoughts and looking forward to any tips on how to better portion and weigh out food.
Yeah, I to be honest, I can't really give you that many tips because as I've told you guys, I have never weighed anything that I've eaten ever. It didn't really used to be as much of a thing, like not a mainstream thing. So when I was losing weight, I just used measuring cups, or I would count out pieces if it was like, you know, chips or whatever it was. This looks pretty good the way that you did it. I want to know what's in this shepherd's pie just because the way that you talked about it is making me really intrigued. I feel like it's got to be good, right? I want to show you something really quick. This might not actually be helpful, but this reminded me of something. Let me go get it real quick. So I'm not suggesting this as a replacement to your delicious homemade shepherd's pie. I just kind of wanted to share this because it reminded me of it, and I just like showing you guys stuff. This is shepherd's pie frozen from Trader Joe's, and it can be baked in the oven or you can microwave it. But the macros on this thing are out of control. So there's technically 2 servings in this container, but look at these macros. So for this entire package, and it is a hefty serving, let me tell you, there are 340 calories, 32 grams of protein, 6 grams of fat, 42 grams of carbohydrates, and 4 grams of fiber. So it's pretty good for a frozen meal, and it's delicious. So just always trying to influence you guys with my Trader Joe's finds. So I'm not saying you have to do this, but if there's a meal that you really enjoy, but you're having trouble figuring out the macros and it's stressing you out, or you think it's a little bit too high calorie, you can find an alternative. And a lot of these Trader Joe's meals I find to be great alternatives. I have stuffed peppers in the fridge from Trader Joe's that are similarly, the macros are super good on those and better than something that I could actually make. Their chicken enchiladas are pretty good. What else? Their chicken soup dumplings are very low calorie. So you can find a lot of things that are convenient and that would actually keep the same variety that you're used to, but for fewer calories and slightly better macros, or just macros that are easier for you to track because it's packaged. I know that you could make the argument that it's less healthy because it is frozen, but listen, on a weight loss journey, sometimes you need to cut corners, so to speak. Another general suggestion that I have, if you're cooking for your kids and you want to eat maybe slightly healthier or with fewer ingredients, because I believe in eating simply on a weight loss journey, you could use the same protein to make a meal for your kids and your husband, but then use that protein in a different way for yourself. So one example could be lean ground beef. So you could cook a big 1 pound or 2 pound package of lean ground beef, and then you could use Marcella Hazan's tomato sauce recipe. It's a really simple tomato sauce, but really delicious, that I think it just calls for a can of San Marzano tomatoes, some butter, and 1 whole onion, and that's all you need. And you just let it sit in the pot. So you could make that and then add in the ground beef to make like a bolognese, then add your pasta. And there's no reason why you can't eat that. But if you wanted to reduce the fat and the carbs for yourself, you could make the bolognese for your kids and then keep some lean ground beef set aside for you. And then maybe take a cue from Sierra, the first girl, and mix it up with some taco seasonings and maybe some roasted potato or roasted sweet potato and some steamed veggies, and then set that aside for you so that you're not, cooking 2 big meals from scratch, but you're cooking 2 simple meals that would satisfy both your kids and your need to stay within your deficit. So that would be my only other suggestion. But with all that being said, there's no reason why you can't continue to eat this shepherd's pie. I love that you decided to weigh out everything in the shepherd's pie and you discovered that if you have 1 serving of it, it's actually not that bad, because I think a lot of what we think we can't eat, it just comes down to portion control. And you can really eat anything if you limit the amount that you eat. But I think that is pretty much what you're doing, and it seems like you're doing a fantastic job. So way to go, Hannah. Okay, for our next one, we have Francesca, who actually went the extra mile and made a TikTok. so that she could submit it here. So let's check out Francesca. And by the way, why do all of you have such chic, cool girl names? Like, I'm jealous of all your names.
Hello, and welcome to What I Eat in the Day as a girl who's lost, I think, about 110 pounds. Yeah, I've gone from 287 to 177.
Whoa! You look amazing. You're doing amazing, sweetie. That is really impressive. I've told you guys I've never had to lose that much weight. I lost 75 pounds when I was in college, but losing over 100 pounds, it's just something that is so badass, and I can't even begin to conceptualize how challenging that would be. So good for you. And you can really see it in your face. You're glowing here. And your bangs are so cute, by the way. I'm obsessed. I love the Thinness Club so much. Anyway, let's watch this What I Eat in a Day from Francesca.
Is some before and after pictures for you guys.
Whoa. My jaw is on the floor. She looks so good.
All right, starting off the day, I didn't record myself making this, but I just made my homemade cold brew with a little bit of skim milk and Torani sugar-free syrup. It looks kind of gross, but I promise it's good.
So, you know that I am always talking shit about the sweet coffees, but if you make it at home and you just put a little bit of milk and some sugar-free syrup, go for it. There's nothing wrong with that. Anything that helps you stay on track. And I used to be absolutely addicted to Starbucks. So I think if I was on a weight loss journey at that time, I would have gone for the sugar-free syrups at home as well. I think it's a great hack.
Next off, we started with breakfast. Now, usually I will have a more protein-full, like fiber-full breakfast, but today I actually wanted to go to the gym in the morning, so I wanted to kind of load up on some carbs to help.
This is a great pre-workout meal. So it looks like one pita bread with strawberries and honey. Yeah, this is going to give you some quick carbohydrates to fuel your workout. It really does make a difference. Now, we don't need to be like eating a pound of pick and mix candy before going to the gym, but something like this, totally reasonable. And I see you're weighing it out. So if it fits within your macros, that's great. And if you still hit your protein target throughout the rest of the day, I think carb timing can be a really useful thing for working out.
Ate in my lift, so I made this flatbread and I put some strawberries and honey on top. And it actually was very good. I've never done this before, but I also needed to use up some strawberries that were getting a little bit mushy, and very good. I recommend.
It honestly looks good. I would eat that as a pre-workout for sure.
I then decided to give this new Dr. Hyde flavor a chance. My previous one that I had was like the blue raz, and it was genuinely fucking disgusting. Like, I do not recommend it. I had to like mix it with sugar-free lemonade to try and get it down. But I tried this like fruit punch one, and it's a lot better. It was actually very good, and I'm glad that I got it.
Yeah, some of the flavors on those things I can't deal with. I don't really drink pre-workouts, but I do drink energy drinks before the gym. I'm on my Celsius grind still, which you're not really getting like the added stuff. Like I think there's electrolytes in the pre-workout and stuff, but you are getting caffeine. So whatever works for you, you know.
After this, I went to the gym, and guys, look at my cute little Skull Panda Hello Kitty Rainbow Dash keychain I got for my car. She's so cute. After the gym, I just took a quick walk to Chick-fil-A because
Woo, baby! Here we go. I'm going to hold my judgment.
to run some errands, and I got some chicken nuggets. They do have grilled nuggets, but I just prefer the regular.
This is another one of those things that's like, if it fits in your day, fine. Like, are the grilled nuggets technically a healthier choice? Yeah. But not allowing yourself any kind of indulgence in your day can feel restrictive, to borrow a word from the anti-diet dietitians. So I don't think there's a problem with it. Once again, just track it. and don't do it every single day, ideally.
By the time I got home, I was very hungry because I'd gotten most of my daily steps in by like pretty early in the afternoon, so I decided to make myself one of my favorite Greek yogurt bowls. I basically just used frozen sliced strawberries, sliced almonds, and honey.
This is so funny because I make this. This is one of my favorite things to eat: yogurt with frozen fruit, some almonds, and honey, or maple syrup. But I'll eat like 4 times this amount. Now, obviously, I'm not really tracking my calories, or I'm not in a deficit or anything. So this is all fine and good. It's just seeing like a normal sized amount is hilarious to me because I will literally go through a tub of Greek yogurt in a day and a half. Anyway, not to make it about me.
And it's always really delicious. And it kind of looks like a slop bowl, as you'll see here.
Yeah, but I love a slop bowl. Slop bowls are a great way to get your macros in and to get your nutrition in. Like, I've heard people in the fitness community say, if you eat like a dog, then you'll optimize gains that way. Like, people like to channel dog energy, and this is that's kind of what I'm getting from this.
I don't think it looks that appetizing, but it's one of my favorite things to eat. I dream about it. It was also the first day of my period, so I decided to have a little bit of dark chocolate as a treat.
Real.
I had 1 serving and only 7 grams of added sugar. I feel like that's not that bad.
I don't think that's that bad. I also think you seem like the type of person that can have these little treats in your day without going overboard, which is amazing. I don't know if you've had to work on that or if it comes more naturally to you, because there are some people that like they couldn't even open the chocolate bar because it would summon the food noise. It would be calling out to them all night, and then they'll eat the whole chocolate bar by the end of the night. But if you can stop at 1 serving, a couple pieces, it's totally a legitimate way to stay on track with your goals.
Okay, book jump scare. Yes, I am shilling for books in the middle of my what I eat in a day. And there's my cat Blondie. She's also shilling for them. I'm reading East of Eden by John Steinbeck right now, and it is really, really good. I highly recommend it. Look at my cute little Van Gogh bookmark I got.
Okay, intellectual. John Steinbeck. I haven't read him since I was in high school.
Basically, I just wanted to say that if you are working on your health, you should really look at it from a holistic view. Work on your mental health, your physical health, but also your intellectual health. It's super important to read, and not just read, but read things that challenge you. Anyway, after that.
You know what? I love that. I feel like I don't always take that advice. Like, I could sit in front of the computer and watch YouTube and just rot my brain for hours. And I don't read as often as I would like to, but I'm going to draw some inspiration from that message. I think just like, what was it? The movie Clueless. In the movie Clueless, Cher does this whole speech about how you want to improve your body, but also your mind and your vocabulary.
Okay, from now on, we're alternating Cindy Crawford's Aerobicize and Buns of Steel and reading 1 non-school book a week. My first book is Fit or Fat.
Mine, it's Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus.
like glow up in that way. So that's kind of giving that.
I went on a little walk. It was very nice outside. I got even more steps in. Later that night, I started preparing dinner. I had to put my little potatoes in an ice bath so that they wouldn't be starchy when I cooked them. And then while I was actually making dinner, I got a little hungry. So I just ate a serving of cottage cheese. Yes, I will just eat cottage cheese by itself. Please do not judge me.
No judgment here. I think cottage cheese is delicious, especially the good culture kind. It's unlike any other cottage cheese. And I can see our good friend, the Laughing Cow, is here. I haven't seen Laughing Cow in a while.
After that, I used Laughing Cow cheese, some sugar-free barbecue sauce, and these are both ingredients I will use in my homemade.
Okay, is this the same sauce that Sierra had in the other video? I think no. I think she had the buffalo wing sauce. This is no sugar added barbecue sauce. Okay. I feel like I need to try this.
Low calorie burgers that I make. I also use these fiber buns, which a lot of fiber buns or like fiber bread products I find are kind of disgusting. But I feel like the 647 buns, they just taste like normal buns and they're way lower calorie. They have some protein, some fiber.
Hot tip? Okay, this meal looks good.
And this was my dinner. I had my lean beef burger, some potatoes, some broccoli. And then for dessert, I had some sugar-free candies. I'm not much of a cook, but this is what I made. And then...
Girl, I love Werther's. And I'm smirking because when I was in the middle of my weight loss, I used to eat so much of those sugar-free candies. Oh my God. Specifically the Werther's kind, but other kinds as well. The Werther's kind didn't rip my stomach up the way that the other sugar-free candies would, though. And I'm a grandma at heart, so I love grandma candy. So it looks like she was a little bit over her calorie goal today, but not by much. And it does sound like she got plenty of movement in today. She greatly surpassed her protein goal, and carbs and fats were about on target. Great.
And if you're curious, here are my calories and my macros, as well as my steps for the day.
So I'm going to deduct points for the Chick-fil-A, not because I think you can't eat fried chicken or that you can't go to Chick-fil-A. I would just challenge you to have a more well-rounded meal in the middle of your day. I think you might actually enjoy it. Like, even if you had this chicken, or maybe a little bit less chicken, but then you had some veggies, or I don't know, even some fruit. I can tell that you like strawberries. Even if you had like some strawberries on the side, just to get like some fiber in with the chicken. I don't know. I think just fried chicken might not be setting yourself up for success, but that's really my only critique. Okay, so finally we have this What I Eat in a Day from Vivana.
Hi, welcome to my What I Eat in a Day as a girly trying to grow as much muscle as possible after losing over 50 pounds and having many struggles with food. Nowadays, I start off my mornings with L-glutamine and creatine and also my vitamin. I eat first thing in the morning before any movement. Today, I'm having my pre-workout cream of rice bowl. On this, I put bananas weight drip, which is just protein powder mixed with a little bit of water to make it like a frosty.
Okay, I'm seeing this everywhere. Like all the gym girlies are making these, they call it bloat bowls. And it's always Rice Krispies, chopped up banana, and then the whey drip. And the whey drip, I think, is just protein powder mixed with water. But like they make it into this consistency that like you just drizzle it on. And it's giving gym girl Rice Krispie treats. And I want to try it so bad. You're making me want to go out and buy Rice Krispie cereal.
Consistency instead of a shake. I top this with a lot of cinnamon, peanut butter, and Rice Crisps for crunch. I've been loving cream of rice lately, but if I don't train, I'll usually have like a big bowl of egg white oats with blueberries and peanut butter and a lot of it. The cream of rice is perfect for getting my simple carbs in before a workout and getting me to feel energized as heck.
Okay, so this is cream of rice, not Rice Krispies. But the other bloat bowls that I've seen have been with Rice Krispie cereal. I'm going to try it and report back.
Love carbohydrates right now. I like to take a while making my breakfast and my lunch just because it's really enjoyable to me. But for dinner, usually I will try to meal prep some proteins and maybe some carbs too to make it life easier. Here is my bowl in all her glory. And here she is all up in my belly. She was so delicious. It was like half an hour away, so while I drove that digested and I ate an amazing back and bite.
Your back and your shoulders are to die for. I need to know your whole journey. Like, you say you lost 50 pounds, but did you do a bulking phase before that? Like, this is not easy to achieve. I'm so jealous.
My session also had a Celsius not pictured.
Whoa! Did you see that, guys? Don't hurt him. Whoa. Girl, your arms are so much more defined than mine. This is like, look at my noodle arm next to this Xenon the Warrior Princess.
Xenon the Warrior Princess.
I cannot. I should be taking advice from her, you know?
And when I got home, I immediately started cooking. I made my cottage cheese toast with egg, avocado, feta, and spinach that I don't track. Also top.
Okay, so cottage cheese on toast with spinach, feta, and eggs, she said? And you say you don't track it. Listen, I mean, tracking is helpful for a lot of people, but if it's not helpful for you, it's not, the end all be all. I personally don't track, but I've been thinking of going back to tracking actually because I think that I've been underfueling by accident. So it can be a good way to keep yourself accountable, especially when you're trying to build muscle because you often have to eat more than you really want to eat. So there you go. But I believe she's building muscle in a deficit. So take everything I say with a grain of salt.
Topped it with sauerkraut. I usually do pickled onions, but I didn't make any this week. And she was so good. I eat it all up. To get myself through work, I make myself like a frappe with almond milk, espresso powder, monk fruit, vanilla cinnamon powder, and sometimes sugar-free syrup by Skinny Mixes. They're really good. Pop that all up in a blender, and it's perfection. That's usually how I get myself through work with no snack. I did have a chicken.
Yeah, that's really smart, actually. You can tell by the volume of this shake that this is going to be much more filling than just an afternoon coffee. And I also think a protein coffee, like mixing protein powder into it, can be really helpful. It can also not taste great, so you need to experiment with different sweeteners or maybe a frozen banana, like different things to make it taste the way that you want it to taste without being too high calorie, but it's definitely a great thing to do if you need more protein and if you want to hold yourself over until dinner.
Chicken wing this day though, and it was really yummy. I didn't record it though, sorry. While I do this, I prepare my lunch for work and I'm ready. Sometimes I'll switch it up, but today I had ground chicken, cheese, sweet potato, cottage cheese, and Melinda's black.
This meal looks really good. It's so funny, like fit people, we all just eat the same meal. Like it's actually kind of boring in a way. Like we all just eat roasted sweet potatoes, ground beef, ground chicken, cottage cheese, leafy greens, like we all just kind of eat the same thing, but it's because it works. So pay attention.
Truffle hot sauce. My sweet treat every night and blueberries over yogurt, peanut butter powder, and granola, and it is so yummy.
She said, "Can you tell I love peanut butter?" That's why we're kindred spirits, because I love peanut butter as well. Okay, so she had a nightly granola bowl. So she didn't summarize like the calories or anything. I get a feeling that she's not really tracking. She's just being mindful, which is okay. And she says, "Thank you for letting me cosplay as an influencer for the day." Honestly, you guys should all be influencers. Like you did such an outrageously good job. By the way, I would rank that day for muscle building. I would give her an A. Honestly, you guys all get an A. I'm an easy grader today. I cannot even articulate to you guys how much fun this was for me. I hope this was fun for you guys to watch as well. And I hope that if you've been thinking about joining the Thinness Club, that you'll give it a try. It's only $2.99 a month. And I do reactions to your What I Eat in a Days, as well as a lot of other things. I lately have been working on a series about the 4 horsemen of fat acceptance, which are Aubrey Gordon, Virgie Tovar, Jamila Jamil, and Tess Holliday. I'm halfway through that, and I've also been doing a little lore series about my experiences with health and fitness. And I've also been doing real-time reactions to No Food Rules, What I Eat in a Day vlogs, which is also really fun and kind of gives me an opportunity to be a little more cunty, which I like. So yeah, if you're interested, check out the membership. If you're not, that's totally fine. I'm still happy to have you here. And if you made it this far, leave a heart hands emoji because I love every single member of the Thinness Club and I love my subscribers. So that's it. That's all. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.